Okay. A lot of the stuff we do actually is built on complex motion. Okay, think about when we walk. Is this a simple motion or is this a complex motion?
Highly complex. No, they took it
Highly
years
complex,
to,
yes.
It took years to robotise it.
Yeah.
Using robots.
It takes a baby about a year.
Okay. Yeah. Takes a baby about a year just to learn to walk. It takes them about 4 or 5 to actually to walk successfully all the time. You know, look at toddlers. How often do toddlers fall over?
Hence the term toddling.
Without drinking, not as much.
Drinking again, aren't we?
Okay.
At uni they regress, yes. Regression at uni.
How many people have had a proper lunge lesson or have actually had me work their lunge over?
I've had a proper lunge lesson.
Oh yeah, I know you've had the proper lunge lesson. Okay. The way the lunge is set up is the lunge is set up to engage the muscles in a particular order and to align the skeleton in a particular way. Okay. So, starting from our first stance, okay, this is our on guard stance, our terzo. Generally starts with the gain of the sword. So what have we done?
Straighten
The
your
arm. Okay. We now actually have this in alignment. Okay, so it's pulling the arm forward, which in turn starts to go over the shoulder, down the back, pulling the back muscles forward to the point where, notice all of a sudden the front heel starting to come off the ground as the weight comes forward. There's our stabilising step to our full extension. Okay, what are we hitting with?
Your body weight and all your skeletal structure on about, what, 12, 15 millimetres of tip there? Or alternatively of needle point?
Okay. So we're hitting with an exceptionally strong structure. How many people have problems with their lunge?
Good God, yes.
Okay. How many people are I'm surprised I put my hand up? Yeah.
You can always pick on it.
Yeah. You know what's okay. So when we actually teach this, we actually have to break that down into sequences for people to learn. What do you think the first thing you actually have to teach someone to do is?
Shift, isn't it?
Yeah, extend the arm. Okay. Guess what's written in the period manual about how you actually start a lunge? Extend the arm.
Well, it's true with any attack, isn't it? Because it cuts down the amount of rotational...
Yeah, that comes into it later. What we didn't actually talk about is the various speeds of the different joint movements. Okay. But one of the things of joint movement is that's a degree of movement. Okay, that's a degree of freedom. With the extended arm, how many degrees of movement have I got?
4.
No. They're all straight.
They're
There's
all
no.
locked in.
Okay. I don't actually have to move them to place them anywhere. Okay. Now I'm using the
Chest and shoulder.
fingers and this very, very small movement to refine the placement of my point. Okay. So we get our students doing their extension. So they're extending first. That's great. Then they lunge. Okay. What just happened there?
You tried.
Gravity took over.
Okay. Why did gravity take over, guys?
You lifted your foot up.
No. Why did the foot lift up?
You went offline.
Yes. The weight's not forward. Okay. Where is all the push coming forward from?
Really?
Okay. Which direction is my back leg pointing?
Ooh, sideways.
You might want to not do that.
Okay. So,
Rather trampolining.
So, I'm from here. Okay, and this is your period Italian stance. Okay, where is this back leg pointing?
Off the side.
Okay, so if I actually start engaging the hinge, where's the energy going to go?
It's going to go up, I see. So when you actually go forward, it changes the angle to that.
So I go from. So the next part is the translation from here to here. Okay, so now, where is the, see that change in alignment? Okay, so I'm getting from here to here. Now, watch this, see tall. Okay, so I'm getting that. See how it's stopping me from moving forward?
Cut it off.
So I can use it. No, I'm actually using it as a control point. At that point where I can't come any further forward, and notice that at that point where the foot kicks out, the back leg drives me forward.
It's like full spring back
It's exactly what it is. It's a coiled spring. Okay, so remember we talked earlier about the finger muscles are connected to the shoulder muscles? We're actually using the toe muscle to control the knee and quadriceps to actually activate them at that point where you're going, oh, okay, I've got to move at that point. Okay, and you don't actually have to move that big toe up very much at all to actually start that trigger so you can actually learn to feel it. Okay, so we've got that translation to move our leg into a position where it's going to drive our weight forward. Okay, it's going to explode out. Okay, now exploding out is done by the leg kicking forward. Okay, but the leg kicking forward, which joint am I activating to actually kick it forward?
Me?
Yes. Which one don't I want to activate? Hip, yeah. Why don't I want to activate the hip?
Go upwards.
No, if I activate, okay, there's two hip joints, remember?
Yeah.
And we're talking about the one on my leading leg. If I activate the one on the leading leg, okay,
Yeah, you're making it much
okay,
bigger.
it's only going to pull, again, it's going to pull the leg up, okay. Now, is this back leg pointing perfectly forward, or is it at an angle? Yeah. Okay. So by not activating this muscle, I actually have the weight of the leg holding the body down, and the body's also forward leaning slightly. Okay. And when you look at it, because the body weight's already forward slightly leaning, what have I got here?
Triangle, yeah.
Now I've got that triangle, so I've actually got a supported structure which actually, if I try and activate this one, forces me to collapse the back knee, which again drives me up and over. Okay. So on the lunge, when I get to this point here, I actually want to use the hinge just to flick onto the heel.
His foot is actually only moving is the entire length of the
You're basically keeping your ankle.
Dance.
Josh!
lunge lesson.
And you don't get a sword.
Okay, assume the position. Translate. Okay. Okay, now kick out. Which bit did you just land on?
Forward foot.
Leg foot. Okay. That's the other issue that happens a lot with the lunge. Okay, now, if we're landing onto the ball of the foot, what are we actually doing to our muscle structure?
It's stopping it suddenly.
Loading it up on the ankle.
And?
And the knee.
And the knee.
Yeah.
Okay, whereas, okay, so he's going, and he's landing
Oh yeah.
with a bent leg, right? What was I doing?
Straight leg.
Okay, so where is the alignment of the weight hitting through my leg?
Through your bones and into your heel.
Into your heel, yeah.
Yeah.
Straight
But
line.
notice it's coming up this straight line, and that's a pivot point. That heel is, if you look at the heel, notice it's actually not changing angle. So my foot's not, and at speed, there's no thump, because it actually just rolls over the edge of the heel.
You're also hitting the ground with strength. You hit with the toe, you're hitting with weakness. Is it like
It's not quite that. You're trying to support it now with a muscle structure. What did we talk about? A bent structure? How much of the muscles can we engage?
And it looks rather
Half.
dangerous for your ankle too.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, because
he's really lifting the calf too.
yeah. Okay. So we're actually landing with a partially supported structure versus a full supported structure.
I don't think it's necessarily bad for your ankle landing that way. It's just that it doesn't then propel you further forward. It's counteracting that
No,
movement.
because your whole
It's the,
body
it's the
weight.
same problem we had with the extension,
Yeah.
where it was
No,
actually
but-
it was concentrating everything on in the elbow,
Yeah.
landing on the ball of the foot's concentrating everything in the knee.
But it's also requiring
no,
that
the
ankle
ankle is
to be
fine.
held solid,
Yeah.
and you're putting a whole lot of weight. You already started to roll off your foot.
But
The ankle's not going to be able to support that kind of impact.
it's cutting that forward movement though, because you're putting your toe in there, you're springing back against what you're just trying to do, and that loses you that slight bit of forward momentum. Whereas if you roll off the hill, you're compounding it forward, and it gives you that extra faster roll off of it.
Same thing as putting the front brake on a push bike
Oh, don't do that.
rather than pushing both of them on.
Yeah,
You're going to go,
over.
Okay.